Welcome into this carrier update presented by Uptake. I'm Tony, joined by Donny. Donny, looking here, reefer market ticked down just a hair. Rejections under 7% again.
Yeah, so we saw there wasn't a lot of change, but at least the one market I wanted to jump into and see if it's still protected was the reefer market. Yep. Yes, we still see volumes growing a little bit, but they did kind of dip down a little bit, and that allowed their rejection rates to dip down to 6.99%. So they're still headed in the right direction a little bit. Let's see if this is just a one-day thing, or is it something that we're going to see a downward trend continue to fall?
Yeah, for sure.
Pop in here, look it over at DriveAm or the VOTVI. Now, on this map here, I've got VOTVI over VOTVI, both of them. And it just kind of really helps to show you. Now, if I see something that's a dark blue and sticking up, it's probably one of the biggest markets there are. So the big ones are really going to stand out. In the conditions that we're currently in, carriers are going to react different ways, depending on how big they are or how little they are. These really big carriers really need to keep their trucks moving. They have several thousand drivers, and if they're not getting paid during this time, they're going to quit.
Yep.
And right now, that's a really big issue. So, looking at these big markets here, you really see them sticking up. LAX, Ontario, Dallas, Houston, Atlanta, Indianapolis, Chicago, Joliet, Columbus, the Northeast here, Harrisburg, Allentown. These are probably markets they need to accept and target. Yeah. Not really exactly worry about the rates. Just accept, and keep these drivers rolling and try not to overbook themselves in these markets.
Yeah, and that's why you see rejection rates in these markets like as low as they are anywhere else in the country. I mean, I think Ontario's it's right at 2% right now.
Yep.
I mean, Atlanta under 5%, same with Dallas. I mean, that's why you're seeing such low rejection rates in these large markets, because it is accept.
Yeah, and watch what's going to happen here between Dallas, the lane between LAX and Dallas and LAX and Houston. Kaylee was talking about the I-10 bridge eastbound being washed out. That's going to be a tough workaround because of the area that it's actually washed out in. So you're going to see some rates go up, some loads getting rejected there on that lane, on that individual lane, because even going up to I-40 and around is going to be it's very doable. Going up to either I-40 or going down to I-8 to try to get around that. It's going to obviously cost a lot more for these carriers, and they're going to have to push their rates up.
I was going to say, there is ways around it, but it's going to cost them more.
Yeah, like I say, out in the area that it's in, even those highways around is going to be really tough because of the stretch that it's affected. Let's pop in here real quick and look at the reefer. Same type of deal. You see a lot on the West Coast out there, Ontario, Fresno, Fort Worth, Atlanta. I would probably avoid Lakeland because you get down into Lakeland, it's going to be extremely cheap. But try to step here in this Midwest, Harrisburg, Indianapolis, and Chicago, Joliet area.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for this update, Donny. We'll be sure to check in with you again a little later. Right now, we'll toss it back over to Kaylee and Thomas.